We have been judged, we have been hurt, we have been misunderstood, and we have been ignored. We may be homeless, but that does not define us. We need you to hear what we hear. We need you to understand.
You're a dull bludger. Go and get a job.
Our taxes pay for your drugs.
You're just a street rat.
You're lazy. If you really wanted to change, you would.
You deserve to be homeless. Just look at you.
You're filthy.
Don't you dare come near me. Stay away from my kids.
You're crazy.
Go and do something. Why should I just give you money for doing nothing?
Junkie.
You don't really want to change.
What makes you think I'm going to give you money? You're just going to use it for drugs.
You're nothing. Get out!
You have heard what we hear and felt what we feel. Being homeless does not define who we are or who we can be. These testimonies are proof of that.
There I was, 19 years old, battling a serious substance addiction and had just experienced a psychotic episode and barely able to hold on to a short-term spot in a women's refuge. With no prospects for my future or hope that things would ever be normal again, there was Oasis. I was taken in, given a home in a supported living arrangement, and was able to relax into a stable and safe environment. With my basic needs being met, I didn't have to worry how I would get by, or worry that something bad would happen. I was able to breathe again. In time, I was able to let go of the past. With counselling, I recovered from my psychotic episode, and with help battled my drug addiction. I was finally hopeful again. I learned to trust and even allowed myself to dream. I'm now studying social science, working and supporting myself. My life is in focus again, and my future is looking brighter than ever.
I was only 17 when I had my son. People have always judged me and my decision to raise a child at such a young age. I would get rude stares when they discovered I was still a teenager, or get comments like, "Oh, you're just a baby and you have a baby." They assumed I was incapable of raising a child. They assumed wrong. My son is now 5 and has never gone without, nor has my age ever affected his upbringing. I was lucky to have support from the Young Parents program at Oasis, a reassuring voice and support network who never lost faith in me or allowed me to lose faith in myself.
I grew up in an abusive home. When I was 15, I finally left home, but then circumstances beyond my control forced me back. To cope with it, I turned to alcohol and drugs. I finally turned my life around, got back into school, and that's when I was kicked out onto the streets to make room for my mother's new family. Oasis helped me stay clean and stay in school. I got my HSC and am now looking at attending university. Without Oasis, I would still be on the streets or dead.
People assumed that I wouldn't be able to continue to live the life I wanted. Being homeless and not having any support made it feel like I was running a marathon with no end in sight. But I got a job and put myself through my studies because I knew that there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. My caseworkers helped me stick to my studies and were a constant source of encouragement. People assumed I would drop out of school and not be able to hold down a job. I used that as motivation to do the exact opposite. I'm educated, I'm employed, and so are many other people who are homeless, like me. Why do people think homeless youth are uneducated and unemployed? Most of us are striving to get an education and are looking for solid employment opportunities. We just need society to give us a chance.
Being so young and without family around me, I always felt alone. I felt like something was missing. At a crucial stage in my life, Oasis gave me the tools and support to grow into the young adult I am today and integrate back into my community. Without family, my neighbours, friends, shop owners, locals and even strangers help fill the gaps in my life that a family would normally fill. They make me feel as though I'm part of something and that I belong somewhere. I'm lucky to be part of such a beautiful community. It is rare in a big city. So smile at that girl you pass on the street, get to know the person serving your coffee. You could be changing someone's life, giving them hope simply by being kind.
These are our stories, our hopes and our dreams. I ask you not to judge my choices until you understand my reasons. No one chooses to be homeless, but sometimes there simply is no choice.